Welcome to our first edition of the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill Weekend Wrap, where we highlight a few of the storylines that occurred in sprint car racing across the country over the last 3 days. Before we get to the racing, check out Moose's LZ Bar and Grill for some great food at a great price. You won't regret it. The World of Outlaws were in California again this weekend, and Ocean Speedway, of course, gets rained out on Saturday. It seems to be the MO of Ocean when the Outlaws are in town. But Merced Speedway got in Friday night, and California Outlaw regular Carson Macedo beat three-time defending champion Brad Sweet to get the win in a race that resembles Peevely to me, I-55, in the way that the track raced and the action that was taking place on the racing surface. It was Macedo's second win in 8 starts this season with the series, and it moved him within 30 points of David Gravel in the point standings. It's early. It doesn't mean a lot right now. You just kind of put yourself in position. But Macedo's in third, and he's lurking. I think the most important thing to take away from this win is that Macedo already has 2 wins this season, and he's coming off a 2021 campaign in which he reached double digits with the series, recording 11 victories against really the best competition in the country. This shows to me that Macedo can not only back up last season, he's starting strong, he has speed, but he has now become a major player with the World of Outlaws on a weekly basis. I know he struggled at Tulare. Everybody struggles. Remember, Brad Sweet has yet to win with the series this year. So, but Macedo, I like the speed this team has, and I think he's going to continue to win this season. And he's going to be hard to deal with throughout the 2022 campaign. Shifting gears to Central PA, Justin Peck gets the win on opening night at Williams Grove Speedway. Why is this relevant? It's a couple reasons. A year ago, the Invaders defeated the Pennsylvania Posse 8 times in 22 starts at Williams Grove Speedway. That's an alarming 36%. And it wasn't just the Outlaws. Justin Peck won there last year. He gets the win this year. And it just shows that Invaders can now come in here anytime and get the win. Whereas it used to be they would struggle to beat the likes of a Lance DeWeese or Danny Dietrich, Freddie Raymer, obviously the late Greg Hodnett, Anthony Macri. Now it seems to be commonplace, especially at Williams Grove. But this is significant for other reasons as well. I think Justin Peck had a breakout year in 2021. He won at Williams Grove, Port Royal, won twice at Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania Speedway and the Dirt Classic. Big events. And also, he won 4 All-Star Circuit of Champions events and probably wins more if not for dealing with a concussion in the middle of the season that really kind of affected him for about 3, maybe even 4 weeks. So Justin Peck, breakout year last year, starting strong already in Central Pennsylvania. Really liked that he got the win at Williams Grove on Friday night, and he didn't start on the pole. He started 5th, carved his way to the front, passed Mark Smith. Mark Smith then drops out, but he was clearly the class of the field after that. He pulled away and took the win, and again, just solidified himself as a guy who I think is a player anytime he comes to the track. People forget that the Indiana driver struggled mightily at Williams Grove when he drove the Pete Grove car, and it wasn't until 2021 that he kind of got a hand on the place. I think this guy right now is a top 12 driver in the country, and he's flirting with the top 10. It's going to be interesting to see how 2022 unfolds for Justin Peck and the Tom Book Motorsports team. Probably the biggest story of the weekend came at Port Royal Speedway on Sunday, and it had nothing to do really with Anthony Macri scoring his second win of the season. He also won at Lincoln earlier this year, and 12th career victory at Port Royal Speedway. Instead, it was more about what happened with Macri and 4-time defending champion Logan Wagner before Macri even got to challenging Brent Marks for the win. After a lap 7 restart, Logan Wagner got beside Anthony Macri in 1 and 2. They got to 3 and 4. Logan Wagner slides him, gets up in front of him, coming down the front stretch, all 4 wheels, admittedly. Anthony Macri gets a little sideways, hooks the back bumper of Logan. Logan spins, and he has to tag the rear. 5 laps later, Logan Wagner's running in the back. Justin Whitall spins. Logan Wagner nowhere to go. Torn up race car. During the red flag, he goes over to Anthony Macri. And according to Macri, he tried to rip his helmet off or reached in the car. He didn't hit him, but he definitely showed his displeasure. Afterward, I had a chance to talk to both drivers. It wasn't addressed over the PA system, amazingly, in Victory Lane. I can't believe that. But I went and talked to both drivers. Logan Wagner was still heated about what happened, and probably rightly so. I talked to Macri about it, and Macri was apologetic. He admitted he made a mistake. He said he got flustered. He spun the tires, car got away from him, veered left, and got into the back of Wagner. He admitted he never wants to wreck anybody and that he feels terrible about it. However, he wasn't pleased with how Wagner dealt with things, obviously reaching in the cockpit, so on and so forth. So this whole incident sparked a lot of social media banter, which shock, with social media nowadays. And it's continued into today, which, Monday. Logan Wagner put out, and he admitted that, guys don't like to wreck each other, but he's going to fight for his team. He's going to fight for, the Zemco team who puts a lot of effort into the car, so on and so forth. And then it got into some bullying stuff. And I don't really understand that. But obviously this thing's a powder keg. A lot of people are commenting on it and whatnot. Look, this is my take on it. It was very, very close racing. It might have been a foot between them, maybe. I don't drive these cars. I don't know how guys can do what they do in these cars. So it seems these two are always near each other at Port Royal. They're both fast cars up at the Juniata County Oval. So, Macri wins a lot. Logan Wagner's, 4-time track champion. So obviously they're going to be in close quarters in these events up there. So the one thing that I do come away with, we need rivalries and not manufactured necessarily. And this one isn't manufactured. I think we're going to see more of these two throughout the season. I'm not saying that they're going to get into scrapes or anything, but I would make the assumption that this is not over if they don't speak during the week. Whether they do or don't, I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see how this transpires the rest of 2022 between these two guys up at Port Royal. So that's going to wrap up this edition of the Moose's LZ Weekend Wrap. We're going to continue this every week as an addition to our coverage of sprint car racing across the country. For more coverage of sprint car racing, head over to sprintcarunlimited.com for exclusive content, including features, results, a weekly podcast, videos, and breaking news, much more. It's only $35 a year. We'll be back next week. Stay tuned.